Hey guys, how's it going? We are going to be finishing the gravel today, and it feels like this project has dragged on for many, many months, and I am so tired of it. Brent and I actually took a couple days off from moving gravel. This is just like back-breaking work, so it felt nice to take a couple days off from moving gravel. We ended up doing the fire pit, and last night we sat out by the fire pit, and it was just so nice. We're gonna go pick up some more firewood today, and we're probably gonna end up using the fire pit pretty much every single evening. When we used to have one, it was one of our favorite things, and so it's really nice to have it back, and it's a very, very large fire pit. So my plan for today is to finish up the gravel. There's really not a whole lot left to do. I've maybe got 10 or 15 more wheelbarrows full of gravel that I need to move, and then I also would like to get some things planted. I've got a shrub that I want to move. It's in a container, and I want to move it out of the container, and I want to put in the hemlock that I have inside that container. The hemlock that I've got needs shade, and this plant that I've got, it's a sweet spire, could use a little bit more sun. It's basically in full shade, and it doesn't love that. So where we're going to put it is going to get a good amount of sun, and I'm going to end up cutting it back pretty hard, and then I'm going to prune some of the roots off because it's a really, really large hole, and I don't want to dig a hole that large. Also, update on the birds. We still only have 3 birds, but there's one in the middle nest right there, and it's laying on 2 eggs. So, who knows? Half the time the eggs don't ever even hatch. They'll usually lay on the eggs, and then nothing happens from it. We'll see what happens. They could have babies, they could not have babies, but it is exciting to see them laying on eggs, and we're not dealing with anybody getting inside this. We have like fortified this entire thing. I mean, all of this is like new wood in here, so that way it's very, very secure. So it feels really nice to have this secure and not have any more rats getting in there. We used to have, I think, like 15 or almost 20 of these birds. They're zebra finch. And then we had rats getting in, and they were just decimating the birds, which was really unfortunate. I did not know rats killed birds, but apparently they do. So let's get the gravel done today. I'll show you guys the area that we've got left to do. I gotta go move a few things. So we've got pretty much all of this done right up to this area here. So you can see where it stops. So it's just this little bit and then over to this section right there. So there's really not a whole lot that's left. I don't know, we got to this point and we were like, oh man, I am exhausted. So we stopped, and so it's gonna go here and it's gonna go all the way back to the side yard right over there. So it's not a whole lot, we were just sore, we were just done. So Brent is inside, and I think the rest of this is going to end up being on me to take care of, which is fine because it's not a whole lot left. So I'm gonna set up the tripod, and we're gonna finish the gravel, and then that means that that project is done. And really all I have left to do is some planting and install some lighting and just a few minor things. There's nothing major happening anymore, which is gonna be so nice because it'll feel like the whole project itself is actually done. And it was a lot. So it's gonna feel really good to get this done and be able to get things planted now. It looks good. It's so hot out. And this is when I start complaining and people tell me to stop complaining. It's 80 degrees here, which is funny because one of my friends, her name's Natalie, she just emailed me saying that it's snowing where she's at, and it's 80 degrees. And I was telling her, I was like, you just kind of always, want what you don't have, and because I wish it was a little bit cooler. Next week, it cools back down into the 60s, which is really, really nice. It's just a little bit of a shock to the system because we were just in the 60s, and to shoot up to the 80s is a little bit jarring. And so we cool back down to the 60s, and then hopefully we'll have like a slow climb up to the 80s, which would be fine. I could acclimate. If not, whatever. It is what it is. But the gravel is basically done at this point. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you guys. I'm going to go through with a bucket, and there's a few spots that are a little bit bare that I need to just go dump a little bit extra on. So it's all connected now. You can see like there's a little bare spot there. That's a stick. There was a couple bare spots in this area. I need to get some gravel behind the rock right there. And then there's a little bit of a bare spot right there. So I'll just come through, and I'm gonna just use one of those Home Depot buckets, and I'm just gonna like dump gravel. You can see it's a little bit shallow right there. So I'll add a little bit more gravel, and then it'll be perfect. But it's really nice because we store our lawnmower and all of our things back here. And so the gravel now is gonna make it so there's no mud back here. We are gonna continue the gravel a little bit further. So we'll go all the way up to this line, and then we'll probably go where this gate kind of swings out, which is actually, it's not even a gate. It's literally our fence that we put the fence on hinges, and then we just screw it closed so it locks and it can't open. And there's no way to open it from the other side. You can only open it from this side. And so we will put a little bit of gravel down here because this wheel gets kind of stuck in the mud, but we actually have so much gravel left over. So we probably could have used like half a yard less. Like there's still a little bit of gravel left. It would be nice to have some extra. So our plan is to, we own up to like right here. Our fence, you can see our fence right here. It stops here and then it juts out, and everybody else's juts all the way out. We just had it so it closes in a little bit, so that way we don't have to, so we could use all of this area right here for like storage. So we've got like branches and we've got concrete, and then every once in a while we go to the dump and we just load everything up from the back alleyway back here. Nobody drives back here except for one of our neighbors, and they live right there, so they don't come down this way. So our plan is to take this gravel. I will do the last 2 loads or so that we need here, and then we will try to push all of it over on the tarp still up against the fence. So as we need to refresh, we can refresh, or should we need it for other places, we've got it. So yeah, we ordered maybe a little bit too much, but it's fine. So I am going to take a little bit of a break now from doing the gravel because it's really hot and it is kind of back-breaking work. So I'm gonna take a little break and do some planting. I was going to plant up the hemlock that I have, and I've kind of decided not to because the plant that I was going to put it in a container, and the plant that's in the container, I don't want to move. I don't want to shock it. It's going to go from a shaded area to a full sun area, and I don't want it to be shocked and die on me. So I'm going to hold off until we cool back down a little bit, so then I can plant when it's cool and it doesn't go into shock. And same thing with the hemlock. I don't want that to go into shock, but I have a pine tree that I want to get planted, and it's the coolest little pine tree. And so I'm gonna get that planted today, and maybe one of my arbs that I've got 2 of them, and I'm gonna get one planted. So let me show you guys those. So this is the pine tree that I really want to get planted today, and it's called the Loma Linda Southwestern White Pine. It gets 4 to 6 feet tall. It's hardy zones, I think that's 4 up to zone 9, and I mean, like, it's the perfect size. It gets 6 feet tall. How perfect is that? A beautiful pine tree. I love the blue on the pine needles in here. I think it's very, very nice. I think it'll add like a cooling effect. Typically, I do not like pine trees, but this one, I really, really liked it, and I loved the size of it. It wants full sun. Let me see the front photo. It's just a small photo of it, but it's so cute. I really, really love it. Isley sent me out this one, and it grows 4 to 6 inches per year. So it's really slow grower. It's not going to get big fast. And it's one that we could prune on if we wanted to help keep it in check, and we wanted to, like, you know, really make sure that it stays at that size. I think that's like 10-year size or whatever. And so if we needed it to stay smaller after 10 years, you just prune on it and it'll stay in check. So my plan is to get it planted right here. I thought that that would be kind of a nice little like accent piece. I'm thinking right in this spot would be so perfect. Also, we totally used the fire pit, and oh my goodness, we're loving it. We're absolutely loving it. Freya has decided that she loves the bench, and we get the chairs. Super funny. Yeah, so pine tree is gonna go right here, and then let me show you guys the arb. I want to get it planted right there. So this is an arborvitae called Green Screen, and what I like about it is it stays really, really small. It only gets 3 feet wide at maturity, and it gets 10 feet tall, so it's very tall, but not wide at all, which is exactly what I need for my garden. I cannot have things that get, 20 feet wide. I don't have space for that. I've got one tree that can get massive, and that is it. Everything else, it has to be a smaller tree. Full sun, and it's hardy zones. I think it's 4 up to 9. Also, it might be zone 8. So I'm kind of pushing the limit on it. Full sun, and it grows about 1 foot plus a year, so it's going to reach that size really, really quickly. And so we're going to put it in the center of this bed, and it should grow really fast, especially because this is all really, really good, yummy compost. And so I'm hoping that by us starting to get some things planted in here, I also do want to eventually plant that ginkgo tree that I have. It's going to go right here, that it kind of encloses you when you're in this area. So like, look at just what that does just by itself. Look at that. Isn't that magical? So then you just feel like you're in this like cozy little nook over here with a little campfire. I think that would be just the most like magical feeling. And so the plan today is just these 2 trees, and then we're gonna finish up. And I'll show you guys this. This is the hemlock that I was gonna get planted today. So this is the Coles Prostrate Canadian hemlock, and hemlocks don't always do the best here. This is kind of like not hemlock growing area. 3 to 5 inches per year. It only gets about 1/2 foot tall to maybe 1 foot tall at most, 4 feet wide. And it's hardy down to, I think it's in like 3 or something like that. And it says sun to partial shade. In my area, it needs shade. It may be dappled sun, but that's about it. It can't handle anything more than that. So my plan is to put it in the container that I've got back there. Ignore all of this. This is what we have to do to cover these so the dogs don't lay on these. My plan is to put it in the terracotta pot that I've got back there, and then it will get shade. It's not going to be sun at all. It's going to get bright indirect light, and I think it'll be very, very happy there, and it'll be a nice, beautiful little pop of green. And we're going to raise that up so it's nice and tall, so you really get to see it. And I love the like cascading that it's doing. It's in this container right now, and you can see how it cascades over it. So I think that's exactly what I want it to do inside that other container. If it was growing in landscape, it would just be growing just flat like this along the ground, and so you can see it doesn't get tall at all. It just kind of like slowly spreads in the garden, and it's just kind of a magical plant. And this one's about 15 years old. I guess if you can find them, they're really, really slow growers, so it's hard to get your hands on them. And so Isley sent me out this one, and they were like, this is going to be a test to see how good of a gardener you actually are. So my goal is to really baby this thing and really keep it alive. And so that's why I decided to scratch it today on getting it planted. It's just too hot, and I don't want it to go into any sort of shock. So I'm standing at the farthest corner of our property, and it looks so good. It feels so nice to get all of the gravel done. We're done with gravel now, hopefully. We still have a pretty big pile in the back. Like I said, we're just gonna keep it up against the fence so that way if we need to refill areas or whatever it might be, it'll be very, very easy to just grab a bucket full and fill in any little holes that we need to. But it looks so good. So you're probably wondering, what was I doing at the end of that? I came right over here and I planted a cafe au lait dahlia. One of you guys had sent it out to me. Thank you very, very much. So I planted one of them right here, one clump here, and then I planted another clump over in that bed over there. But let's go look at the pine tree and the arb really quick. So here is the pine, and you can see, I mean, it's gonna get yay tall, and it's gonna fill up most of this area right here, and it's gonna be just perfect. It's just gonna kind of enclose you in this area. I mean, you can see, look at that. Imagine that a little bit bigger. That's gonna be so pretty. And then the arb over there, that looks so good. And that's just gonna start filling in and covering things that we don't want to see. And it's just going to add some layers to the garden, which I'm very, very excited about. And then over here is where we added that last dahlia. So I put it in right here. So the cafe au lait, it's going to be stunning there. Very excited about it. And then I've got another arb. It's going to go in the ground right here. I initially was going to use these in the front containers, but I've decided not to. I'm kind of thinking, well, it's already been decided. But I was thinking that back here they would be really nice. It's like, this is going to create another bit of dimension. And just, I don't know, I don't want anything to be exposed. I want you to have to go around corners to see what's happening. So this is going to kind of, you know, start blocking your view. And then the pine's going to block your view, and that's going to block your view. And then there's going to be a ginkgo tree here, and that's going to block your view. And it's just going to make it so that way you have to just wander around the garden, and you can't just see the entire thing. So that was a productive day in the garden, and it feels nice to get some things in, especially some evergreen interest. And it means that they're just going to be able to take off, and they're going to be very, very happy. So I'm going to run our irrigation, let these guys all get a big, hefty drink of water, and I'm gonna go relax now because it's hot. Brent helped me out with the last little bit of gravel. We do have to just move the pile in the back alleyway, but it does look really, really good back here now. And there's gonna be like no more mud, which is so exciting because this place was just a huge, huge mud pit. Ignore how messy the back of my shed is. I'm gonna block it so you can't even see it in there. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for visiting our garden, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.